you ready to learn something new today?
Yes,
I am Jana, and together we will create a meaningful, insightful, and engaging learning experience. Okay?
Yes,
Okay, let's start our class with a prayer. Camille, can you lead us? In the prayer, please go here in front. Everyone stand up. Okay, thank you so much, Camille. Now for the checking of attendance, instead of saying present, I want you to think your favorite dream, okay? And you're going to say your favorite dream once I call your name. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's start. Let's move on, Eloisa. Okay, very good. You are present. How about the Venetian Napoleon?
Alden Richards.
Alvin Richard. Okay. How about Urbanilla Sophia? You tell me. You tell me, Diana. Okay. And lastly, sino ba sa Camille? That's okay. I'm glad that no one is absent in our class today, and I hope you maintain that attitude until our last meeting in this semester. Is that clear?
Yes,
Now, to further wake up our senses, I want you to stand up. And I'm sure that you are familiar with this. Are you familiar with what's happened, Bella?
Yes,
Okay, this is very easy. You need to face your seatmate, okay? And I need you to choose which one will be the first speaker. Okay, choose now. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to see the hands of the first speakers. Okay, so this is the line. So the red will be the line of the first speaker, and the blue will be the line of the second speaker. I want you to say it with emotion. Is that clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will begin this after I say the title of our energized activity, okay? 3, 2, 1. What happened, Bella?
What happened, Bella?
Why are you clapping again?
I know. Bumper, right? Bumper with my feet.
Edward, what are you doing here? I trusted you to make Bella, but you did not.
I assure you that, Edward. I assure you that from now on.
Okay, very good. Did you enjoy our
Yes, ma'am.
did you enjoy our energized activity? Okay.
Yes,
Now, before we proceed to our main discussion, let's have a short review. And this one's called Pick a Door. But in order this activity, we will need an application which is the DAP race. Are you familiar with that? Okay, some of you are yes, and some of you are not. So let's have. Okay, so each DAP represents you, and whoever first touches the finish line will need to pick a door and answer the question behind that door. And don't worry because those questions are all about our previous topic. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's begin our race. Let's start. Oh my God, you are laughing because you have given a chance to pick a door. Okay, let's pick a door. Alright. So Camille, please pick a door. Green door. Stand up. The green door. Okay, the green door. Let's do a six with the blue door. Okay, let's read the question.
One, further for one, two, is Olympiad or demand.
So what's the answer? Olympiad. Let's check if someone's answer is correct. Okay, that will go back again to our race. Since okay, let's start again. Who will be the second lucky winner? Okay. Oh my God! It looks like this. You are very lucky today. Wow. Let's pick another door. Okay. blue door. Okay, please read the question.
The building is different from the playground location.
What's the answer? You want this question? Let's check. Well, we really remembered our last topic. So it's another one. I hope we don't just come in now, okay? I hope we won't live dinner. Let's go to the exam. Okay. Okay, so we already choose the. I want pink because I have this princess. You're already choosing princess. Okay, let's see what's inside the pink door. It is with.
What do you call that words that used in casual conversation and less formal than standard language? I think that's the colloquial words.
Okay, let's check. Okay, very good. Now, since that all of you maybe remembered our previous topic. Okay. Now I want you to look around you and pick all the questions that you will see. Okay? And you will have 8 classroom rules. Okay? Or I want all of you to read our classroom rules. Everyone please read.
Classroom rules. Listen quietly when others are speaking. Be responsible and prepared. Obey all school rules. Always treat others with respect. Raise your hand for permission to get up or speak.
Okay, so in short, I want you to look, listen, respect, and learn. Okay? So, but before we proceed to our main discussion, let's have another activity. And this activity is called Everyone please read.
Activity. Tumbak partners and catch the prize.
So here is our mechanics. From 4, okay, 3 groups. Each group must have a volunteer who will play two partners and one volunteer who will play the flower sheet. The volunteer who will play the partner should come up with the same answer by saying it at the same time. If the person says, the volunteer player of the machine will have a chance to answer the questions that he or she will get. All group members must collaborate in activity. Each group will only have 10 seconds to come up with an answer. Are you familiar of the game of partners?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, some of you are yes, but some of you are not. I have here provided a reference because Tumbak partner is no segment of game showtime. So this is what we're gonna play Tumbak partner. Let's play it. Okay, that's how we're gonna play the Tumbak partners. So if the representative from the group, okay, are both have the same answer, that group will have a chance to play our drum sheet. Okay, so I will call now the first representative of group 1, Eloisa and Camille. Please come in front. So you need to. Okay, so this is our first question. Choose number from 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1, go! It's okay, no? You can sit down. We will give you another chance later. Okay? So let's call Nam and Sophia. Are you guys very confident?
Yes,
Okay, here's the second question. Mention one public transportation. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, go. Mention one thing that the student must have are okay. You need just only to click the right arrow, left, up, and down. And then push, yes. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Go. You need to take the ground. Hey, ayaw ko sa blue box.
It's the red box.
Okay. Yes, but do you want a figure of speech that shows exaggerated statements? I think that's hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Let's check if you are correct, Teresa. Okay. Okay, now I will try our drum machine.
Of course, ma'am.
Okay. Go. Okay, you need to.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Create 1 million sentences in hyperbole. Oh my God. I'm so hungry. I will eat hours.
Yes. Very good, ma'am. So I know by this time. So I know by this time you already have an idea about what will be our topic for today.
Yes, ma'am.
But before that, let's have a Okay, by this time I know that you already have an idea about what will be our topic for today. But before we delve into that, let's have our learning objectives first. Everyone please read.
Learning objectives. Differentiate from literal and figurative language. Construct well-structured examples of literal and figurative language through pictures and writing its own meaning. Appreciate the role of figurative language in enhancing creativity and emotional expression through expressing own ideas.
Okay, with that learning objectives, let's without further ado, I welcome all of you to the world of literal and figurative language. Now, I have here this picture. What is this picture?
That's a horseman.
Okay, it's good. Good job, class. But what if we add wings and horn
Wow.
and colors? What will it be, class? And horse? Unicorn? Oh my God! Oh my God, unicorn. Okay, so let's go on to our first example horse. In this example, you can clearly identify that this is a horse because that image represents a horse because we are talking about literal, okay? So I want you to read what is literal language and one. Sophia, please read.
Literal language uses actual meanings of words or phrases in their exact sense. Literal language is very straight to the point. It is precise and often tells readers exactly the point.
Okay, class, always remember when we talk about literal language, it is easy to understand, direct, and very simple. Okay? Let's say the grass is green and tall. Do you think that is an example of literal
Yes,
language?
ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So now let's go back again to another example, which is unicorn. In this, you can notice or you can notice that I had some creative tricks to turn horse into a unicorn. With that, because we are talking about figurative language. So anyone can please read the definition of figurative language? Yes, Camille?
Figurative language is a word or phrase that does not have normal or real meaning. It uses figurative skills to make it more interesting than literal language, which includes state facts.
Okay, thank you so much, Camille. So when we talk about figurative language, it uses creative words and expression, and it uses hidden meanings. Okay? And for you to further compose, okay, perfect figurative sentences, figure of speech has three types. And of course, we have the figure of speech that shows comparison, which are simply metaphor and hyperbole. And the figure of speech that shows exaggeration, which is hyperbole. Now, we have here again a picture. What if we compare unicorn using the word light to a rainbow? What meaning can we construct? Any guess that? Okay, yes, Eloisa.
I think unicorn is like a rainbow. It's bright and colorful.
Okay, very good, Eloisa. We can, okay, by that, we can also have this meaning. A unicorn is like a rainbow, colorful, magical. You can notice class that we compare unicorn and rainbow using the word light. Okay, how about this one? What if we compare rainbow now to a painting, but with the use of word as? What would the meaning or what would the meaning can we construct from this? Anyone? Any guess? Yes, now?
A rainbow is as shiny as a painting.
Okay, that's a very great idea. But we can also have this one. Rainbow is as colorful as a painting. Okay? So in this one, we compare two different objects but with the use of as because we are talking about the simile. Okay? Anyone from the class with the definition of simile? Yes, now?
Simile is a figure of speech that compares two unlike things and uses the word like or as. A simile is used with the aim of sparking interest and connection in videos.
Okay, thank you so much. When we talk about simile, always remember class that we use the word like and as to compare two different objects. Just like our example, a unicorn is like a rainbow, colorful, magical, and we use that to compare unicorn and rainbow. And rainbow is as colorful as a painting. We use the word as to compare rainbow to a painting. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So can anyone from the class give an example of simile? Anyone? Yes, Camille.
So here is beautiful like jokes.
Okay, very good. Let's give you one big clap. Now let's see. What if now I have a painting and rainbow? But with this, we need to compare these two objects directly. What would the meaning can be construct? Any guess, class? Yes, Sophia.
A painting is a soul of figures.
Okay, that's a very big idea, Sophia. So we can have this, a painting also, speaking in earth. Unlike simile, this one is being compared, but without the use of twist and type. Because we are talking about metaphor. Can anyone use the definition of metaphor? Yes, Eloisa.
Metaphor is a statement that compares two things that are not alike. Like simile, metaphor do not use like or as.
Okay, so when we are going to construct metaphor or use it in a sentence, we need to remember that we are comparing two different objects directly, okay, without the use of as and like. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if that's okay, anyone from the class again give an example of metaphor? Yes, Sophia.
Time is sleeping.
Okay, that's a very great example. Now let's move on. What if now we have soul and attribute? And we use the human attribution dancing to a soul. What would be the meaning can we construct? Anyone? Yes, Eloisa?
How the soul dances with love and peacefulness with loved ones.
Okay, that's a great idea, Eloisa. But we can also have the soul dances with joy in moments of happiness. Okay, in this one, comes that dances is a human contribution, right, class? Because we are talking about what?
Personification.
Okay, can you please read now the definition of personification?
Personification is the attribution of human characteristics to non-living objects.
Okay, when we talk about personification, we use human attribution to give life to a non-living object. It's like our example, the soul dances with joy in moments of happiness. Okay, dances, we give life to a soul by creating the human characteristics, which is the dances. Okay, that's how you're gonna write personification. Did you understand?
Yes,
Can you please give an example of personification? Yes, Eloisa.
the dancing dancers with liberty.
Okay, very good. So that's a great example. Now let's go on to our last. What if now dancing and university? What if we create some exaggerated statement, but with the use of dancing and university? What can we construct from that class? Any idea? Yes, Camille?
That is great for the ladies of the
Okay, that's a great idea. But we can also have he dance like the whole universe was watching. Okay, as you can see, the exaggerated word, of course, whole universe was watching here. Because we are talking about hyperbole. Okay, so we have to use which
Hyperbole is an exaggeration that is created to emphasize a point or bring out a sense of humor.
Okay, very good class. Because when we talk about hyperbole, it is an overstatement or a statement, exaggeration. And also remember that it is not meant to be taken seriously as it only adds humor. Like our example, he danced like the whole universe was watching him. Of course, this one is an over-exaggerated statement. Because in reality, we cannot tell that the whole universe watches us when we are dancing.
Yes, yes.
Did you understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, then I am confident that you can do our application, okay? And that will be presented by Ma'am Beatrice.
Let's have a quick recap of what Ma'am Jana has taught you. Now, class, can anyone give me the figures of speech that has comparison? Anyone in the class? Yes, Lisa. The figure of speech that compares your things are simile, metaphor, and personification. Okay. Okay. Now, class, I will be revealing the tiles one at a time, and I will be giving you the pictures. And at the end, we will construct a sentence with literal or figurative sentence. Okay? Let's have this. Now, do you have any idea? Any guesses? Okay, yes, Eliza.
I think the answer is the rose.
Okay, let's see if it's really a rose. Okay, very good. Perfect. This is. Okay, the next one. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the sun.
Okay, correct. Let's see. The sun is over. Picture is the sun. Sure. On to the next one. Okay, how about this one?
Liver.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's the heart.
Okay, let's see if it's really the heart. Okay, correct. Okay, good at one. Okay, based on that. Okay. What's your guess?
Fire.
Okay, let's see. It is, the picture is a fire. Okay, for the last one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. What's your guess? Okay, let's see if it's really a clock. Correct. Now, class, now that I've given you the pictures, please construct a sentence using those, and then I will call your names now. You may now begin. Okay, are you done, class? Tell me once you're done. After that. Okay, let's hear from the classroom.
For the clock, this is the sentence that we will start with. Clock. A clock is ticking on our chances to make things right.
And that is
Personification.
okay.
And for this part, we have her words ignited a fire in my heart. And that is metaphor.
Okay, very good. Next one is
My mother is as lovely as the rose, and it's blue.
okay, very good. How about number?
We have the heart and the sunman. The heart, he wears his heart when it's used. Ma'am, example, hyperbole.
Okay, next.
And for the sun, ma'am, our example of the sentence is, the sun smiled at me and told me that there would be better days tomorrow. And it is a personification, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Really understand. Now, class, first on two takeaways. Now, all you have to do is show me thumbs up if you're not very confident about the following statement, and show me heart sign if you are not very confident. Now, I will read statements. One is, I can differentiate literal language and figurative language. Okay, and I see those thumbs up, okay? Now, number two is, I can correctly use and apply figures of speech to a sentence. Okay, now the last one is, I can construct literal sentence and figurative sentence. Okay, very good, class. Now, let us now move on to our activity. Now, can someone please read, class? Yes, enough?
For a new assessment, multiple choice, students will join the quizzes activity by going to the They must enter their complete name, first and last name for the proper identification. The quiz consists of 10 multiple choice questions focused on identifying literal and figurative language, including figures of speech such as slang, similes, metaphors, personification, hyperbole, and idioms. Each question must be answered within a time limit, and points will be awarded based on both the correctness and speed responses.
Okay, now, please spread your notes. Here is your while doing this work. You will be graded based on this rubrics. Now, class, we will be submitting this assignment